like
and
they're
it's
gonna.
not what it stands for. So Ryan, I'm gonna just tell you this, and I'm gonna be quiet. You need to understand what you're getting into and what you're seeing happening right now. You're a manifestation of, yes, insecurities. These men don't want to feel like the dominant male in society, which is the white male in society, the dominant male, right? The ones who own the corporations, yada yada yada, whatever. They don't want to see them now starting to get checked for how they treat their women. Period.
I just gotta be honest with you, like with my personal, like I'm in the midst of finishing a book. I just don't want to hear tomorrow that I'm a racist or against black men because I know it's coming. I just don't want this thing to be misconstrued. But what he did, she's exactly right. He wanted me to embarrass you, mute you, put you down, and say, "Listen, you shut up, lady, because I'm talking. I'm the man. I'm in control." When if you knew your worth, you wouldn't need no man for your validation. You just need yourself. Like that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that to black women, all women. Listen, you know how many women tonight, right now, are going to bed sleeping with the enemy because they fuck around with men out of convenience, just like this nature boy, because they don't have no more identity because they've been broken by men like fucking Eligio. They've been broken in half. The identity and validation is found in abuse in the abuser. And until women can understand that you need to stop letting men put you down and say you can't do this and that, it's not true. The Bible even said you were made from the side of Adam, not to be in front of a man, behind a man, above or below, but beside him to edify him and build him up, not to be his fucking cook or slave. See, too many women accept being a doormat. Too many women accept being just a housewife. They never strive for the top, but you need to learn to strive for the top because it's the fucking bottom that's overcrowded. And this is where I come through and tell you, women, once you start to know your worth, you'll never need no man, not me, not anyone, to have validation. You will be perfectly fine. Every day waking up, walking with your crown up, being a walk on water type of woman. See, that's what I'm trying to build here too. Walk on water women that are willing to fucking fight against these men that are putting you guys down. And then go, I love you, baby. I love you, baby. They don't love you. Because love claps when you win. Love cries with you when you loses. Love is there in the worst. Love is there in the best. Love never fails. God, whatever God sends, never leaves. And God want. And if these men were of love, they would. What does the Bible say? You lay down your life. You're supposed to love the woman like Christ loved the church. You know what that means? You're supposed to be the savior in the home. That means opposite of what she. That means you're the one to submit to the woman. You're the one should be rubbing her feet, doing her laundry. That's the queen in the home. And until men recognize that, they're fucked up. That's all I'm saying. You don't need a
Okay,
man to say,
here's the thing, Ryan. I don't know about how other black people are raised, but a lot of times in black families, the black boys are not raised and socialized to be husbands and fathers. They're taken care of and coddled. They get special treatment, uh, um, aside from the sisters and the daughters. A lot of black women, because you have to think about this, a lot of black women are single mothers because the dads are not there, right? So you have a single mother with, say, a daughter and a son, and the way she treats her son is different from the way she raises her daughter. And a lot of times it's not socializing that young
come
man
up.
to be a husband and a father. It's just what it is. And if you
Open box.
disagree, then come
Now,
up and say that. I mean,
open box too, Ryan, so I can jump up
I
there.
know. I'm trying to get a. I think I tried to. Hold on.
I can't speak for a lot of black women or a lot of black families. I can just speak for my own family. My
I want to
mom and dad,
know.
family with a mom and dad. My sisters and brothers would talk the same identical thing. If my brother had to wash dishes like everybody
Yeah,
else, he had to take care of himself like
it
everybody
won't
else.
open.
I didn't come from a broken family. My
I'm
father promoted education. I know
Join,
it's a
please.
lot of
It
black
won't
women
open.
that have that problem. I can thank God I didn't have that problem, but I do understand there are a lot of black families that have that problem. I understand that. Thank
okay.
God I didn't.
I'm sorry, number five. Okay, there you go.
Sorry, I'm trying. I'm learning.
It's
Now they're
okay.
all open.
Like the boxes, just like the boxes again. You just had to open the one box, but it's all right. So,
I'm
I'm sorry.
still. Like I'm showing you. I'm not like familiar with a lot of this. I
I
just
didn't
want to
I,
put the prison.
want to
That's it.
speak over somebody because that's
But
not what
I
I'm
don't
just
know,
I'm
Bigo.
trying to have a conversation. So y'all, I think y'all taking my energy wrong.
No,
Remember
no, no,
Myra?
no. Your energy is not wrong because I'm telling you, I'm just saying, I was just saying that I was very fortunate to have that type of family. Now, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of families that didn't have that. I'm just saying I was blessed to have that. I know exactly what you're saying. As a matter of fact, I
Right.
had a friend that lived in my same community, and her father, he molested every single person in the house, every brother, every sister, everything else. I was blessed not to have that. But I know people that had what you're talking about. I'm not saying I don't believe. I know it happens. I'm just saying I'm
No,
grateful to God I
no.
didn't have that. That's all. I understand what you're saying.
Okay, but whether we right, I went to private school, even though I had a very things weren't always easy in the beginning. My mom got it together, and I went to private school for most of my life. So
Hmm.
I don't understand why why black people like to act like we need to lie and pretend and act ashamed of the issues in our community when clearly other communities can see our problems and our issues very clearly. They see the manifestation of all of our dysfunction. Yeah, we want to sit up here and act like it's something that's not real, it's not true, we got to be ashamed of it. Does it mean every single stereotype applies to every single black person? No. But as a community, do we have an
Thank you.
issue? Do we have issues? Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
we do have issues, and I know people that's like I have a friend of mine, and I have my degree in psychology. He told me that's the degree in psychology meant don't mean anything, and that she don't believe in psychologists. But I told her you should believe in psychologists because clearly
Right.
the problems that you have in your family, you need a therapist, family counseling, because they just sweep stuff. Excuse my language. They just sweep shit up under the rug like, as if it don't happen. A lot of people like to pretend like everything's beautiful and don't want to pretend like nothing
But they're
happened. But a lot of
pretending
stuff
for
happens
people who see it. They're pretending for people who see it, and then they pointing and laughing like, haha, look at those. I mean, not really, but you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you pretending for?
because
They
they're
get
Okay,
up
so
on this
in
fucking app and see how Pastor P talks to black women and how he threatening and trying to fight with black women all day.
what are we
What
gonna
the
do about
fuck?
Alicia
And
Bishop?
denial.
What
Pastor
what
P
wait,
is
number
trash
two,
for that.
what are
He
we gonna
is
do about
trash.
Alicia
I,
Bishop?
I
Bishop?
wish I knew what we was going to do about Eligio.
Because
I
this has
do.
gotten to a race debate, black man versus white and man. We
No,
ain't
no,
here for all that.
no,
What
Right.
are
no.
we gonna do
But
about Alicia Bishop? There
I
should
I
be
wish
mean,
I
no,
knew.
it shouldn't be no color involved when we talking about Alicia Bishop. Only thing
yeah,
we trying to
yeah.
do is take down
Nobody.
Alicia
How long
Bishop.
you gonna do
But I just want to
This in turn. I
I
Wait,
mean,
agree. I
if the
agree.
time out,
whole
time out, time
mission
out, time out.
is for
In defense of
Alicia
blue
Bishop,
skies, guys, excuse me. In defense of blue skies, I said that these men on this app, like Pastor P, need to stand up to guys like that's the start right there,
Right,
and
and
that's
I'm
what
trying
she's
to
talking. That's where that
explain.
came
I'm
in.
trying to
She's
explain that
explaining
this
that
is this.
they're not doing that. That's all she was doing. That's
Right,
it.
right.
and
That
let me
she
and
wasn't
that
going about
um,
race or nothing. She was
It's
talking
and I
it's
about.
bigger than it's
and I
bigger than just him. Is what
and
I'm
I
saying.
But that because I asked, I said I need a strong black man to help me. I can't do this alone. Alone, somebody
let
who's vocal, an
me
influencer,
my thing
and
is
nobody said. No one
let
came.
me
No one even offered. Yeah.
right, but they
right?
If
offered you.
uh,
Let me that was offered
if
to you
there's
the
a
other
question,
night.
I believe,
I raised my
By
I
hand.
who?
believe, I
By
believe
who?
Float.
his.
What man offered it to me?
Okay, for one, Float was one of them, but
Okay.
Float didn't get a
Okay.
chance.
That's
Wait a
what
minute,
I
hold
want
up. Float
to
was.
say.
Wait a minute,
Flo never
hold up.
Well,
offered me.
I'm
Number
saying
two.
let me speak.
No,
Number
no.
two.
Flo
Wait a
didn't
minute.
offer me.
Wait a minute. Float was not telling. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me just get this straight. Float
Flo
was
wanted
not
me to mute
disrespect.
somebody.
No,
That's
Ryan. Float
disrespect.
Ma'am,
wanted. Float
ma'am,
wanted you
let
to
me speak,
answer his question.
please.
He was not trying to get you to
Wait,
mute
Let
the
me
sister to
speak,
be
let her
ma'am,
speak.
please,
disrespectful.
because I've been raising my hand. Please,
All right,
ma'am.
yeah, let her speak. All right, then you can go.
First and foremost, I've been in here with Ryan since before I've been talking to Ryan since he since this morning. And I've been on the panel with Ryan since the beginning. Okay. Flo came up on here several times already in the beginning of this live stream.
Tons of times.
He was trying to come up on here and he wasn't speaking the first time. The second time, Ryan dropped him because we did not know who he was. Ryan asked
You
us
want to say no?
who
Just
Flo is. Some people in the comments said it was world news people. I don't know who he is, so I'm not answering to say I know who somebody is because Ryan don't know who to trust and who to talk to. He don't want
Right.
to talk to just anybody. So Flo came on here several times already. See, when he came on here this one time and he finally let him up, he already had an attitude. That's why he said, "Let me cam up so you know that I'm not a troll." So he came in with the wrong type of energy first and foremost, and because he was already mad. So when he asked the question in a very condescending way. Well, what are you doing? What are your groundwork? That you? Why does it matter? Like we answered that for like almost 2 hours ago. We answered that already. in the beginning of this live stream. He answered that no, multiple times, like what he's done. So if you want to ask questions, you can ask questions, but don't try to antagonize the situation as if you trying to make it seem like he don't know. He don't. Why is he up here having this panel? Or that's the energy he came with. And I'm not. Don't insult my intelligence. That's exactly what he came with. So that's why I responded and said, why does it matter? He's answered
and
that.
some and then I'm gonna say this, and then you can speak submissive. I'm sorry, you can speak whenever you like. I'm not telling you when. But then he said at my dinner table, tell these that girl to shut up.
And
That's basically what he
Mm-mm-mm.
said in my house.
He sure said it.
That's exactly when you're on someone's panel and you tell them to mute them. That's like sitting at a dinner table and say, "Can you tell her to shut up?"
I got
Disrespect.
you lost your
I don't care
mind.
if you're white or black. That's disrespect. Nothing to do with color.
Mm-mm-mm. Damn shame.
So I don't know why people trying to sit on float and float asking questions because numerous of people it was just me and Ryan and his other two admins, then it was me, O'Neal, and Class Act. Okay, I remember it perfectly since Ryan's been live, so I know who's come in, who's come out. Submissive, you came in a little later after the live. I've been watching comments and everything. I've been
And
on here.
submissive. Can I
So
want to say one more
I just
thing to you
want
guys?
everybody to
And to
get back to the
submissive.
topic because we moving
I,
way left trying to worry about who can
I,
ask
on
questions.
in regards to Eligio, you said, "What are we gonna do?" Right? Let me ask you a question, submissive. If you want to go set a slave free from a white man, who's better to go with the key? A white man or a black man to open the door?
Whoever is smart enough to make that move. Why is it about a
See,
black
I
man or a
listen
white
to
man?
everything you say. Everything you say, you said I manipulated him, made him think I was with him. Now look, I'm a white man going to the police, going to the media. I'm gonna tell them that I'm gonna go to BLM. I'm gonna make this a race matter. I'm gonna do everything I can because I'm gonna get him by manipulating whoever the fuck I got to in the media, anyone to do whatever I gotta do to set those women
Okay,
free. So if you
okay,
don't believe me, I mark my words. You mark my words. You're gonna come to me and say thank you, Ryan. I promise you.
okay. Well, let me say this. I didn't say if I believed you or didn't believe you. I didn't say that.
I
Well, he
know, but
And I
you
and I'm
you
not.
did come in with
Let me
with
wait a minute.
with you know
Let me let me finish,
you
brother.
did. All
Let
right,
me
let her
finish.
talk. Let her talk.
Let me finish, bro. Let me
Let
say
her talk.
this. I didn't say. I didn't. I
keep
didn't
on
say that.
that, sweetheart, but I'm not listening or paying attention to nothing that you say, and I'ma still do me at the end of the day.
Okay, listen. Um,
But thank you.
no disrespect to anybody. I don't
Unfortunately,
know
they
who
were
she was
taken to the
addressing,
white guy before the black guy. Are you
but
kidding me?
let
Are
me
you
say that.
fucking kidding me? First of all, hey, let's do a history lesson. Fucktard. I'm Italian with wops without papers. We were slaves just like you. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor said, closest thing to a black man, Italians. We grab our dicks. We say, get the fuck out of here. We don't give a fuck. We created the mob. You guys created Crips Bloods. We're the same fucking people. Shut the fuck up.
Okay,
Suck my brother's hole,
can I
dickhead.
talk now? May I talk now, Ryan?
Now you have a history lesson. I was a slave like you. My ancestors came here in a boat. Fucktard.
Okay,
Fuck out of here.
can I talk now?
Mama Luke. Good.
Who somebody come and said stop reading the comments, Ryan. Stop reading the
They
comments.
took it to the white man before the black man.
Yes.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
just stop reading
Okay,
What? So
what?
Pastor Pete could put his grill in the camera and be like, "Give me a gift, man. Give me a gift, man."
This is I listen.
This is
No,
gone.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Listen.
it's
Li-
comical because
This is
you're.
the
It's
problem with the black
comical.
community now. Like
It's
that's
comical
I'm telling
because they're attacking me for giving a fuck
Ooh,
about
Ryan,
them.
you, if we don't
Ryan,
no,
the
right.
black people are gonna be mad at you, boy. They're gonna be mad at you on this
No, let
app
me. I
because
just
they
want to
gotta
say
protect their kings. The
no.
kings with no
What am I
empire.
doing
They don't have to.
wrong?
No, no, no. Wait a minute. Listen, they don't have to protect their
They gotta
kings.
protect their
I think.
kings.
I think what they're wondering is that you
Yes,
know.
I am laughing, Nina.
Right.
we
Do you
look,
know, like,
let's go off
I think
like
black women are like, I don't I don't date white women.
the
I think black women. I would not date white. I love black women. Like, what the fuck? What's the difference in
Ryan,
skin?
Ryan,
We
listen,
having
bleed
to
the
Ryan.
same.
he keep having
We
to defend
bleed
himself
the
because
same. We bleed
Wow, we
the
fell off
same.
topic, y'all.
Y'all, listen, Ryan. You're getting distracted, and this is the
No,
point.
because of you.
You're getting. I know because you're reading the comments. That's why you're getting distracted because you're too focused on reading the comments. The whole point, back to what you were saying, is Alicia Bishop. I don't care if you're green, purple, orange, red, or yellow. Okay, that's the
thank
whole
you.
mission.
Or how long
Alicia
somebody knows
Bishop.
somebody. Or
When
how
you
long
keep
he
on
got
bringing, when
known
you
of
keep
been
on
doing
bringing up
that's not
black and
important.
white, And
Thank
when you keep on
No, I
blanking
didn't.
up black and white and stuff, then you're gonna make people look at why are you here?
Oh
That ain't
my
got nothing to
God.
do with nothing. This is about Alicia Bishop.
But
Y'all
doesn't
have
Nature
listen.
Boy,
Hold on.
hold on,
Let me
why
say that. Wait a
can't
minute,
he
and let
talk
me
about
finish.
black and white
Hold
when
on.
Nature Boy
I
sits up
don't.
there and blames everything he does on the white
I'm
man?
white
But
people.
you
He
know what?
blames everything he does on the white man, submissive onk. But Ryan can't even say anything about good about black women up on his own panel. So you
I
can't
know it's
tell him what he
crazy.
can say on his own panel when
Right.
Nature Boy blames everything that he does to black women on a white man, right?
Oh, I'm
Okay,
fucked.
carry on, carry on.
Okay. Well, let me say this. When y'all
I'm
pay
so
attention,
fucked.
when y'all pay attention what y'all looking at, then
I'm
y'all will
done.
see it differently. I
my
Nina Simone in the comments. Nina Simone in the comments. I agree with you 1000%. You are absolutely right. With that being said, y'all have a very good night, and I wish you luck on your journey, Ryan. Because if y'all don't see what's going on, then I feel sorry for all the black sisters that's sitting on this panel.
Girl,
Oh
shut the
my
fuck up. You're a fucking
God.
op. Go
Oh.
suck Nature Boy's dick, bitch.
That girl is
Fuck you.
crazy.
I
I
told you. What are you? What
I
did she
said
say
everything
to
I
the
had to
group?
say
Guys,
in the comments. I said everything I
Oh,
had to say.
y'all make it
Like
about
I said, y'all would
that's
say
not
y'all gonna have a white man tear down another black man. What type of shit is this? Like
I'm
for real. If
here
it's
for
about taking down Eligio Bishop, how the hell did it turn to black and white? And y'all sitting up here acting like y'all don't see it. What is wrong
it
with
turned to
y'all?
black and
And
white
then he
because
want to
y'all
talk about another black man, and these black sisters gonna sit on the panel and laugh. Are you kidding me?
oh my
Like
fucking
for real. Good luck doing it. I bet you it won't happen. Because look at it right now. You letting this white devil dividing. He gonna say he Italian. How the
no,
fuck he gonna
I
give
not
me?
he's
How is
not
he gonna give me a history
Italian.
lesson though? Wait, how is he gonna give me a history lesson? And then y'all gonna laugh. What type of
Some of
stuff is
y'all are
that?
just ignorant.
no,
That
they were
is
on.
No, this
crazy
is
though.
bullshit.
That is
Nina, no,
literally
Nina,
crazy. I don't even
Okay, this went
understand it.
Lisa
Nina.
left.
This
This
is
went
I
Lisa
This
left.
don't
is
like
literally
it.
not
Just
about
pisses me
black and
off. He
white.
want to give me. He made it.
Nina,
He made it about
Nina,
black and white. What? Ever since I
Nina,
walked in the
this is
no,
not
door,
he
about
didn't.
black
you've been
and
talking
white.
about
No, he did not.
I said I
what?
need. Can I just say one thing, Nina? And I'll let you talk, please,
Y'all.
please. I just said I need a black guy on here,
Why?
black man that's a strong, influential man to
Why?
come help, to come
Why did
help
it have
us.
to be? I'm saying, where did you get black and white from? I don't understand the significance of the color.
Exactly. See, that's why you
Because
shouldn't talk out of turn. If you
because
haven't
the
been here,
tactic that way
he
I'm
didn't
trying to
say
use to take
anything.
down Nature
It was
Boy.
brought up and he
Right.
asked
So
me,
the
This
Nisha,
is
tactic is
not
to
about
get
black
a
why you
black.
women.
keep
Oh,
saying
you need
that
somebody of
about
the
white
same color
devil?
to
He never
infiltrate.
made it about
Is
black
that
Oh,
what it
devil.
is?
okay, okay. This is
Y'all make
getting
You
it
to
want
be a
about
little
somebody
too
white
on
much.
as a
Mute
as,
her.
as a
Mute
black.
her.
You want somebody
the
black to
fuck.
infiltrate. That's what it is.
Y'all
Wow,
make
who
it
cares?
about race and about how long he been doing groundwork. This is
It
what
don't
I'm saying.
matter.
O'Neal, could you please speak up? Because now I think it's just trolls
Yes.
from World
Tell it,
News
O'Neal.
because they mad that World News people couldn't come up and fucking speak. And that's not what we here for. Y'all are grown. These are
Uh,
adults. Y'all acting
This
childish
is
as fuck right now.
this is not. This is about Nature Boy. I'm not trying to change no women. Like what is up? I'm trying to help these women that are with him. That's it. Get out of
That's
there. That's
right.
it. Cause I was born and raised in it.
The
I
man
know
with
what it's
the
about.
anger,
What
bro.
the fuck?
I
All
really
this
don't
man
care
want
what
to
a
do,
person's color
all
is,
this
as long
man
as they
want to
calm
do
down.
No
right now,
shit.
what's important is all he want to do is
She
get
called me a
somebody that
white
can make criminal
devil.
charges against Nature Boy stick. That's
Oh,
all
I
he
just
want to do.
killed
He want to
She's
get
drinking that
information.
Don't take it
carbonation
personally, please
Kool-Aid.
don't.
That
He want to
her.
get
This is what
information,
carbonation Kool-Aid.
and he wants to be
this
able to
is what I
use it
call social
to
media
make charges.
suicide. I'm fucking done. I'm done. I'm gonna be known as a white devil. Like said, try to tell black
The what?
women. Not,
No,
I
no, you're
yo,
not, Ryan. Because I know
it's so
I'm in part.
funny.
I'm a part of two women's groups, and one of them is a very, very moneyed group of very powerful black women who have
White
a lot
devil.
of education and money. It's a paid group that I'm in. They would absolutely support what you're doing because
Man, I
it's a
gotta call
group
my
for
brother-in-law.
black women only.
My
I don't want
brother-in-law
you
is
to think. No, no,
darker
no,
than
Ryan,
Nature
Ryan.
Boy. I gotta call him and
This
tell him
app,
I was so called the white devil. He's gonna
this
laugh hard after that.
this
I can't
app
wait for
is
this.
extremely
This
Oh
ratchet.
my god.
This
man,
app
these
is extremely
wild
ratchet, but I don't want you to
talk
think
about no
that
you
there's not
other
people who will
people. Y'all
support you.
off the
I
chain.
know.
I'm
I know.
disgusted.
I'm just saying. Like,
This is why I don't care for you two. All y'all like to do is stir up shit and stay in drama for entertainment purposes. Then y'all want to scream what the black man and this person going through. Y'all don't give a fuck about each other. Look at what y'all doing right now. Y'all come in here with the bullshit, making us look exactly like they think we look right now. Why?
Mm.
Why?
man up here asking questions about who this nigga is? Why does it matter? Do we all agree that Nate Eligio is a fucking danger to people? Yes, we do. Did I have to watch Nature Boy more than one time to know he was sick and disgusting? No, I didn't. It's a righteous thing. That's all it is. We know what black struggle is. We know what that is. Don't nobody know black struggle more than us. This man ain't gonna never identify with what black struggle is. He can have his opinion, perspective. They all do. It does not fucking matter, bro. Y'all going off topic. Y'all grown. Y'all of age. Man. We got a whole generation of children that's out here on Bigo, on Instagram, following niggas, sick niggas like Nature Boy. Sick niggas other out there that's like Nature Boy, other niggas. And then we want to holler about what we do and what's going on, who can give us history relations. Why the fuck does that matter, my nigga? If I see a black man raping a child, it's the same thing as if I see a white man raping a motherfucking child. A child is a child. A woman being abused, battered, malnourished, treated, neglected by a man is a motherfucking neglectful ass narcissist bitch that need to be taken down. That's all I give a fuck about. We can't have a better discussion. Why? Because people members didn't get to come up and speak. People ain't gonna be able to get the click and base and views and shit. Why the fuck is that even important? Fuck you too. Fuck who need to be seen and who don't need to be seen. I do this shit behind closed doors. I done sent emails and called because I'm passionate about this shit. So many black people go through this shit. Why not? Why is it not important for the white people to really see that it is black people in the black community fucking over other black people? What the fuck? We always screaming oppress, oppress. What white people do to us. We help them. We help them.
Mm-hmm.
What the
Can I
fuck?
say something right quick?
I
Um,
got you. I got some of the comments.
yeah.
King World trying to join.
Please.
I'm gonna say this. We shouldn't make
What?
it about color.
Who's
This
King?
has
I don't
nothing to do
know.
about color. I
Who's
mean,
King?
we all have the same goal that's in here is to make awareness of Nature Boy and take him down so that we can protect our black men and our black women. So how do we get off of
God,
that subject
God,
onto this subject? I don't get it.
this shit crazy,
And it's
bro.
crazy.
It's crazy. D Goddess, I agree. I concur, D Goddess. Get off the app. This is a lost cause already. We already done fucked it up for each other. This shit crazy.
We're not a lost cause. We're definitely not a lost cause.
Man, the Nature Boy enjoys this shit. This nigga gets off on this type of shit. Everybody got my name in their mouth. Look at them paneling together talking about me. Look at them. And then go back and talk about us the same fucking way. He disrespect black men just the same way. He don't just disrespect black women. He disrespect black men the same way. And there's multiple men out there that does that. But he the sickest one right now and it's being televised.
He doesn't know yet. He's going to prison. It's just a matter of time. I promise you guys this.
Yeah, I mean, I
Listen,
know
listen,
that.
guys. Listen,
Listen,
I promise you.
so we all
That's it. I'm not.
be online
Listen,
like this
my. I don't want to. I don't. This is no longer about black, white, changing women, this or that, whatever. I'm not doing. I'm not about any of that. I just want to put Nature Boy in prison. That's it.
Here,
And I
here's the
need help.
thing. Here's the thing.
And
He's
I
he's
can't do it
always
alone.
going
And
to have support,
unfortunately, when I
jail or not.
asked about black guys helping me, I guess I was a racist for asking black dudes to come and help me with it. I need an army. So
You're not racist, Ryan. You are not racist.
I
Turn off
know,
what
and
you
you know
said.
that. I know, and you know that. But I'm just saying that people are gonna misconstrue this, and whatever. Let them do it. It's okay, because I'm still not finished. You're still going to prison, Nature Boy. Promise. I promise you. That's my life mission, to put you in prison because you're doing what my dad did, and he got away with it, but you're not getting away with it. I promise you.
shit.
And when I say something like that, I put that on my daughter. You're going to prison. I don't lie on my daughter. Mark my
See?
words.
Ryan,
Yes, sir.
peace, brother. What's going on?
What's up, King? I didn't know who you was at first because I'm getting like everything's fucked up, crazy tonight. They got
You
me.
didn't know who
I
I
just
was?
called the devil.
You came to my panel last night.
I
Oh
know, but
God.
in the comment it just had your name.
Oh, okay.
They didn't have the YouTube symbol. Now I knew it by the because I seen King Juice or King. I
Oh,
don't know, so
okay.
many kings on it. My bad.
Okay, well, check it right. When you had came through and when you said what you said, and I was telling you, I was like, well, being that you've been on my panel, I was like, Nature Boy might flip. He might get on some other stuff. So it was great that you got to speak to him. So, like right now at this point, because I just woke up, I ain't smoked or nothing. I'm just trying to figure out like what's going on. What do you need, man? Like what type of information you need? Excuse me.
I need a girl from the camp that's willing to come forward that can not only speak evidence but have the evidence for the only thing that's going to convict him and put him in prison is evidence, and the best evidence is a human being that has been there. I need to bring them to speak out to and the Federal Bureau of Investigations, brothers. They one woman, just one, that has any evidence of wrongdoing.
Do
But
you
it's
mean a woman from Carbonation?
It don't
That's
even
what
got to
you're
be a
talking about?
woman. Bring me a man. I'm here to protect the young black dudes in there too. I like that too. Hey, I like black guys too. The fuck?
What,
Call me saying white Satan. What is it?
so
White
what?
devil.
What
White
changed?
devil.
Wait,
Because when you came to my panel,
who
you
is in a
said that
That
blue?
really hurt. That hurt. That like
I'm
stabbed me in
just
my
saying
stomach.
somebody
That
is in
word.
a or something in here. Who's in
okay.
a
Well, listen, I'm gonna be live in a little bit because I can't really understand what's going on and somebody else talking. Like I was trying to talk to you, but it's cool though. I'll be live for a little bit. I'm gonna drop down, man. I'm gonna listen for a little bit. All right.
God bless, bro. I'll see you soon. You could talk if you wanted to talk. No, I'll see you soon. It's fine.
No, Let me say this. Let me say this because I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Then I'm gonna hop down. Okay. And it is what it is. It is what it is. I really don't give a fuck. I promise you, I don't. My thing is this right here. The problem is, yes, it is about nature boy, but it's also about all abusers. You can't have one abuser going after another, especially when that abuser has not shown any growth and you're still continuing to abuse people, you're still continuing to blackmail people, you're still continuing to do all the things that you were doing before. And world news, you are an agent of confusion. You are an agent of chaos. And you like to show up in the hands of a hero, but you're really an abuser. We already know about you. And you still doing it. Even to this day, the fact that you just came on this man panel just to let everybody know that you're going to be live, which is something that you do all the time. You do
Right.
all the time. You always want to come up on somebody's panel and then be like, well, you know what? Because things ain't going how you wanted to. Oh well, I'm finna do my own thing. BG, we finna do our own thing. We already see your game. We peep what's going on. And like you said, the problem is everybody always want to say it's always about nature, but baby, but you cannot win when you have one abuser going after the other. And I don't care. Y'all talking about this off topic or whatever the case may be. I don't
Right.
care. It is what it is. I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna speak the truth.
Facts,
Okay?
kids, facts.
Because at the end of the day, when you have one abuser going after another one, you're not gonna win.
And that's a fact,
Because you're
kids.
still
It's many
allowing someone to
abusers though
create
behind the scenes.
chaos in your community. Period.
Mhm. People in the comments keep saying stop derail, stop derail. Most
It's
of
not
the
about
most
derailing.
of the work, yeah, most of the work is going to be done behind the scenes anyway. It's not
Right.
Ex-
going to be done while we're on a damn panel. So y'all keep saying stop talking about this, stop talking about that. If y'all want to make your own live and tell people what to talk about, do that. But I'm just saying this is what this is about. This is about discussing what's going to come up, how are we going to get our ducks in a row, what challenges Ryan may face, what to expect. If somebody comes in here saying that they want to help, if you guys in the comments and on the
Facts,
panel
Jones.
have information about somebody, this is the right time to bring it to Ryan's attention. So
Right.
just like Kiss, you
See,
saying
that people
you
shouldn't
know
be cut
something.
off just because of who they watch or view. I think that y'all being real biased as far as who y'all were allowing to come up. People were cutting people off,
Ryan
and
asked, no,
communication
real,
isn't
no.
proper. Like you're not
Ryan
even letting
asked
anybody
who
speak.
we knew. We did not know Float
All right,
from the.
I'm out.
We didn't know
Mm.
him. I don't
I'm
know
out. I'm
people
out. I'm out.
that
Cause
are
y'all can't even
supporters of y'all
communicate. You're not
channel.
even letting anybody talk. You
Why
let
you
you
keep
We didn't
cutting
know
yelling?
people
him.
off.
Okay, but
You
you
cutting
gotta,
people
Number
off.
but
You
you
two.
gotta
cutting
Number
people
two.
off.
know
If
him.
it's about nature boy, stick to nature boy.
But see, that's the problem. Everybody
That's the
always
problem. All of the telling her
But
truth niggas be
I
taking
think
all the
what the
fun.
late,
Tell them what
excuse me,
has
can
So
I
if
just say
everybody's been
something?
putting
tell them
in
what
the
has
Can
same
I
happened.
say
boat, y'all should
something?
be working
No.
together.
Can I listen, please, please,
Chill.
please. First of all, I'll
You
say this to
chill.
King.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna bring y'all up, right? My bad for the inconvenience, family. Peace. What's going on? Your mic off or
What's
something? What's
up?
going on? Oh,
Uh-uh.
okay, what's going on?
Nothing. What's going on? Waiting on you to go live.
Oh, you already know. You know I'm in the motherfucking building.
What took this man so long?
Huh?
You feel me? You probably knocked
Listen,
out.
listen. Can y'all hear
Hold on.
me?
Flo probably Flo
Hold on
probably
for a
need to
minute.
come up here
Hold on
because
for a
he
minute. Before that we start, because stuff like kind of going all over the way. Like before that we start anything, I want to say that we are not upset by anything. Like I said, I was just tuning in when I came over there. I just want to find out from y'all. Let's kind of go through it or whatnot and make it make sense. All right. So like, what the hell is going on?
mm,
Okay, I go on the panel, right? I s-
oh
Who
shit.
the hell is
Wait a minute, I
talking?
can't hear it. Somebody low. Hello?
Yeah,
mm,
I don't know what the hell going on. Okay.
I can't hear. I went. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm saying that he went live. Um, I said this once. I say this 1,000 times over. Everything about this just seems so freaking weird to me because Float wants to ask the question that I want to know too. If you are taking Eligio Bishop down, okay, that's fine. He said he wanted to use his white privilege to do that.
Yeah.
And then in the midst of that, you're talking about how black men want to mute the black woman and all this other stuff.
Uh,
To me, it's a hidden agenda. I don't care what nobody says, who agree, who don't agree. It's like it went from Eligio Bishop to black men and black women
Mm-hmm.
real
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you
quickly,
what
and
happened.
it wasn't even necessary to say anything about. We don't need a white dude to come in talking about what black men doing, what black women doing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna take down Eligio Bishop, take down Eligio
It's your
Bishop. This
bishop.
ain't got shit to do with race. And you know what it sound like? It sound like the fucking slave master up there trying to tell the black women how to feel about themselves, and I wasn't fucking
Mm-hmm.
feeling it. It was crazy. And for all the black women that was on that panel in agreement with it, dude, if you truly want to take him down because you don't wrote books before, it seemed like you're trying to get an opportunity. If you truly want to do all this, and you shouldn't be on social media with it. When he first got on, I told him, I said, look, you spoke with somebody. Why don't you get at World or O'Neill? You spoke with them. You spoke with World, and World told you offline, he'll give you all the information you need. He'll holler at you. So I'm trying to figure out, why are you on here?
Right.
Of course, they get
Trying to
pissed
get
off.
attention.
They get
Trying to
pissed
get
off.
attention.
Don't,
They get
don't.
pissed off. But I'm just saying, like the I'm just to me, dude, at this point you are nature boy, because that's what you sitting up there doing. You slowly, indirectly trying to put your views on the black community in the midst of you trying to say you trying to take down Legio Bishop. That shit was a fucking mess. You didn't need to go on there because you had already came to World Panel. This is what you said when you came. Oh man, World said, how did you hear about me? Oh, well, I heard about you because somebody said that you was the person to talk to about Nature Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when y'all start talking, World said to you, Ryan, hey, why don't we just talk about this offline when you get a moment and we can rap about this? Tonight he come on to me, so I'm looking for a girl. I'm looking for a girl to talk to. I'm looking for a girl. If y'all give her 5,000, I'll fly her out. I'll fly out tonight. I'm looking for a girl. Why you gotta fly somebody out to have an interview with them?
You say gonna fly him out?
Yeah, he said I'll fly him out. To me, he black people are so. ignorant. Black people that don't know no better are so desperate for somebody to lead them and do something for them that they are so blinded that they can't see what's going on. Dude, what do you know? What do you know about nature? But why you gotta ask questions? If you going to the FBI in the morning, that means you got all your evidence. You don't need to. Why somebody got to bring you a girl? You supposed to know everybody's name involved in carbonation, melanation, how long it's been running, the man age, how many boogers he got in his nose, and everything else. If you know
Pack
everything.
your
If
bags. Sorry.
if you going to the police in the morning, why are you on here asking people to send you a girl to interview? You should already know. And that's what Float was trying to say. When Float came up to ask him that, he tried to make it seem like Float wanted to shut the girl up. He just wanted to shut your ass up because you would not let him answer like not let Ryan answer the question. You were talking over him. I gotta calm down because I could have came through that damn lie. I had to go to Ty house. I had to go to Ty house, knock on Ty goddamn door. Did it Ty? I came down. I had to go to Ty house. I said, let me go and see what Ty doing for the night, cause I'm gonna get locked up over here in Ryan neighborhood. I don't want to go to jail. So I went over there to see what Ty was doing. She was cooking and we watching Netflix and shit. But I went back over there.
Hold on, hold on for 1 second. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well. All right, this is the deal right here. And it's like people that affiliate themselves with me, despite if you a person that be on the panel or not, you still will have other people that'll dislike you only because of my following and what I do. Like I always tell people, you know what I'm saying? Like especially Ryder, don't go nowhere when I'm not there. Meaning that if you in the window and you watching the window, that's cool and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You might enjoy the show or whatever, but don't get on nobody's panel. And the reason why I'm telling you that because it's like a lot of hidden motives that come along with this. And there's been times where I've even heard people that stated that they wanted to take Nature Boy down, but at the same time, you know, they had been talking to Nature Boy, fraternized with him, playing. They had secret relationships and stuff. So I don't do that. You know, as far as the guy, you know, what he got going on right now, if that's what he say he's gonna do, that's what's up. Number one, I'm gonna say this. If anybody wanted to know about Nature Boy and didn't know anything about Nature Boy and was like, oh, I'm just about to go to YouTube so I can find out, everybody know that the T been posting videos about Nature Boy for going on about 3 years. I'm just a person that do commentary on Nature Boy. I'm not a Nature Boy specialist. I'm not no goddamn professional. I just don't like fuck niggas, and I especially don't like him. Now, as far as me having to team up with somebody to take Nature Boy down, it's never been about that. That's not what we're talking about, period. When the guy came over here to my panel, he said a whole bunch of stuff real quick, and I told him, I said, well, yo, just hit my inbox. I done sent him a message on Instagram. I left a comment on his video on Instagram. I've been asleep for I think like fucking 9 hours, so I just woke up. So I'm just asking all of y'all, like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, that's all. Just what's going on?
Okay, I will say this. I was roaming around trying to find something to look at. I saw that he was live, so I went in there. I'm listening. It only took me a few minutes to realize that this ain't really about shit. He ain't really trying to, I mean, I don't understand what you're doing if you're not doing nothing. I kept going back and forth. I saw then that Float went in there and he was trying to get on the panel. He let him up on the panel, I think once, and then he dropped him. So I left out. And then I went back, and then he kind of let Float on, and then Float started talking. Well, then whoever the chick was up in the corner wouldn't let him say anything. She just kept over talking, over talking, over talking, over talking.
Okay,
And
let me
so
let me
Float,
stop you. Let me stop. Okay, see, that's now I got that part right there. You know what I'm saying with Float and how Float was disrespected. Now back to what I said originally. That's why we don't go to other people panel. Period. I got an established network where we discuss this. I wouldn't give a damn if a motherfucker came from Mars and was talking about taking Nature Boy down. If he ain't one of the people that I've seen on Instagram that's been doing this going on 3 years, it doesn't register to me. I'll be willing to answer questions from people and stuff, but aside from that, don't give that much energy because what it does is it creates a problem. It creates an issue. It gives people a platform to say, oh well, that woman named Nicole said this. Oh yeah, and then that woman named Submissive said this, and then they tried to make it seem like that Ryan was right. I'm not saying that about shit. It don't have nothing to do with us because whether that dude live or not, we still was gonna be over here live, and y'all know that. So what
Yeah,
assistance do we need from anybody about anything that got to do with some information or taking down Nature Boy? I'm asking y'all this.
we don't need any. And like I
at
said,
all.
I was just popping back and forth. But then what pissed, well, that aggravated me was the whole,
Don't
well, with
worry
me
about it.
being white.
That's what I'm saying. Don't worry about that part. That's not what I'm trying to find out. See, like uh, people who always got stuff to say about me, and I don't mention him. You have to be careful going to places like that. You understand? Like for an example, if you went to Home Depot, and when you got at Home Depot, you start saying all this motherfucking shit about Lowe's. Take your motherfucking ass to Lowe's. You see what I'm saying? You don't do that. You don't be up here and then expressing your dislike for other people that's looking for some ammunition to be able to have something to talk about. If it's about Nature Boy, anybody that's honestly about getting rid of Nature Boy should be able to set down whatever indifference that they have for the assignment, which is the task at need. Number one, me and every other black person that's done made a video about Nature Boy, we all have made an attempt to be able to show people who he is. Now, being that this is a European man now that has found interest in wanting to take Nature Boy down, you know what I'm saying? If he was to say certain stuff, I'm pretty sure that they probably would pay attention to it. You understand? I'm pretty sure that he will. But that's not the end and all, with this mission that we have. That's all that I want to say. Y'all good now. Y'all go ahead and add on. Man.
Yeah, he said he wanted to use his white privilege to do that. And I was just telling him, look, that's fine and dandy, but you have resources. You have people that you can talk to. And I thought he did because he came on your live. And I thought it was an understanding. Hey, look, once you come on social media talking about Elijah Bishop, he's not going to talk to you now, right? And then, if anything you have to do or need, then just holler at Wurld offline. Don't get
Well,
online
wasn't
trying to
that
get nobody's
established?
name. That's what we thought it was established when he
Okay,
came
okay, okay.
into the
Look, look, look,
live.
look. Okay, look. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so being that that's recorded, he came over here. I showed y'all this during the live and all that because I didn't show all of it, but we already got that established. So, like for people that want to hop up on this panel and then talk about Nature Boy, that's what's up because it continues to bring the awareness. But I gotta say this right here. Um, if I go over to MC Shaky's panel and I'm on there talking submissive, I'm not gonna be talking about you. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm
Mhm.
not gonna be talking about you. If we over there talking about Nature Boy, I'm gonna be talking about Nature Boy. I'm not
Right.
gonna mention Shay Nicole, Sheen Bean. I ain't saying nothing about Sheen Bean. I'm not bringing Ty up or Nicole because the objective
Right.
in itself, which is an agenda, would be to take down carbonation. So when I go to spots and when I hear people saying I'm not this and I'm not that, that tell me that I'm all of those things and more, and you all support me, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Y'all go ahead and tear it up, man. I'm muting up now. I want to hear all this shit. Now, Nicole, I think I interrupted you before I started speaking. Nicole, you go ahead and add on.
Yeah, so I just don't understand this whole, okay, because I'm white, I'm coming to do this, the type of
Right.
thing. But then also, I don't understand how somebody, a host, a group of people could disrespect one of our brothers and everybody didn't pack up everything like I did and walk the fuck out.
Maybe they was trying to figure out what was going on. And then I will say this right here. Now, despite how you feel or anybody else feel, whenever that is a situation that's like that, you out of pocket anyway for getting on somebody's shit. You see what I'm saying? We lower
Mhm.
lower
Right,
self. Like I'm the one
right.
that usually do the talking. Okay. Now if you was going over there to tell the guy, hey, come and holler at World, or why don't you build with World on his panel, that's different. Flo is not a person that has a channel. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that
Mhm.
maybe the other channel holders there that posted a video about Nature Boy or in love with him or talk about him all the time or whatever, they probably felt some kind of way about him. Whenever I go in any room where anybody is talking about Nature Boy, They can be talking about Nature Boy, but the live will turn into me.
And
Right.
that's exactly what happened.
Right. So, and that's what I'm telling you just from my experience of doing this. That's why I don't give energy like that to certain people.
Hmm.
Like when it get down to the point where you willing to clout chase from Instagram, from YouTube, all the way to Bigo, and you still talk about Nature Boy and still ain't did nothing. We know what that's about. We know what it's about.
Right.
We know what it's about. We know it's about. That's why you don't hear me mention certain people's name because see, they sit back and watch me as well, man. People can be on panels and have another phone and still be sitting there watching me, looking at my numbers, seeing what we talking about. Like Lord Self Gain, like we don't have no dislike or hatred for anybody that's on that panel. Like we got our own show. We got our own thing that we do every day and every night. That's why everybody over here now. That's what I
Mhm.
I said, well, I'm gonna go live in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't get no understanding over here. I let everybody talk one by one. Everybody gets to talk, and that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Bringing about an understanding. So my understanding is still thrown off with why does he need a black man? Why does he need? And if he needed a black man, why O'Neal wasn't up there talking if he was just sitting there? If he needed a black man,
And see, that
Right.
was that was my whole confusion because he said that his white privilege can get some stuff done.
it can,
Then
it
you
can,
said you need a black,
it can get a lot of
but
shit
since
done.
you need a you said I know, but then he's a black man. So I'm like, well, you spoke with a black man the other night. You know what I'm saying? Like I was kind of confused on like, why you need a black man when you really spoke? You came to this man live, and I thought this was done. But then when Flo got up there and it's a black man, you didn't get that black man time to ask you anything without a black woman cutting
Hmm.
them off. And when Float simply said, "Hey, could you mute her so I can talk to her?" He tried to make the audience sing like, "You see that? How the black man don't want the black woman to speak."
Now
That right
that was
there
some bullshit.
was too. That right there was too fucking far gone because I was already feeling that energy. But for you to sit there and say you don't want, hey, you say he don't he want to mute the black woman, and then the black woman up there just trying to attack this man.
Yes.
Mm.
you know, and that's when I went back up there again just to say, hey, look, he was not trying to attack. He was just simply asking you a question and she was answering for you. But if y'all don't see what's going on, then that's on y'all. Y'all have a nice night. I wish you good luck in trying to find Alicia Bishop because at that
Right.
point it was time for me to go because now you as a white man is sitting up there speaking. We already have a miscommunication between the black man and black woman anyway. We don't
Right.
need no white person to interfere or agitate that in no kind of way at all. So
Mm-mm.
that's why I was kind of confused on, you know, why is he, what I'm saying, up there narrating and being a puppet master of how a black man is. That man was not disrespecting that sister.
Let
He was
me
just
let
at,
me let me let me give you another perspective right quick, and I'm gonna let the sister I am will speak. Okay, let's say for instance that uh the alt right and the Ku Klux Klan was having a meeting and they was talking about black people, and then it was one person from the Ku Klux Klan that was like, nah, because it's certain stuff about black people and this and this and that. We need to get a black person to come up here. How you think that's gonna go?
Mm.
You see, that's why I was trying to tell y'all when y'all kept sending me all them damn messages that I don't go to people shit like that. I don't
Right.
do that shit. I go live on my fucking channel. I don't go to people's stuff because what it does is it gives people a floor to say, well, I knew you was gonna come over. It ain't nothing about where
Mhm.
because I'm not sweating the dude. The dude came to who motherfucking phone is that?
Man, let me put
The
it in.
dude came over to this channel asking me about certain stuff, and I told him to just send me a message, and we gonna go from there. All this stuff about paneling up and all of that or whatever, I understand if people are trying to raise awareness, but that ain't what the fuck that it's about. That ain't that. Nah, that ain't what the fuck it's about. Like
Right.
with me in any motherfucking way. So let me see what's going on with I am Wheels because I see I am Wheels up here too. I am Wheels. What's going
Hey,
on?
hey, panel. So I didn't
Hey.
even get a chance to speak. I kind of just stayed muted because it was just chaos. Like it really was a mess. And like the whole thing for me, it was poor communication from jump. So it really wasn't even an opportunity to really speak because I don't know. I just kind of feel like it was really biased, to be honest. Because when I came on, it's kind of at the beginning.
Hmm.
and it just seemed like they were screening whoever was in the comments, like, oh yeah, they're a follower of this channel or that channel. And you did get brought up, and I feel like they were taking shots, being unfair, and weren't really giving you the credit as far as the work that you were putting in, just because of how they personally felt. And it definitely got off topic from the focus on Nature Boy.
The voice of reason. Well said. And that's why, like with my team is like very passionate about this movement as well as me. Whenever they hear somebody disrespecting me, they be ready to go in. But see, I
Mhm.
dealt with this for quite some time, so I don't really view it that way. I understand how other people try to get their little channels together and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully
Yes.
everybody, does do well one day. But this is actually my job. Like this is what I do. I did it consistently for 3 years. So I've dealt with a lot of people who made, what I'm saying, statements about taking down Nature Boy, but at the same time was Nature Boy's friend. So I don't really give energy to those things.
Right.
You understand? At all. So let me ask you, I am Wills, with everything that took place on the panel since you was over there, was there anything productive that came out of this?
No, I'm gonna be all the way real. Like, I honestly, like, when I came, I was on your panel yesterday, I believe it was, when, or I was in the chat watching maybe at that time when the Ryan dude came in. And I'm like, oh shit, and I immediately followed based on what he was talking about, and I ended up coming into a live on the tail end of that, to where he was talking about, how he came from a cult and all of that. And I'm like, okay, this is good. It seems like it's going to get somewhere, as far as with an addition of having a white person, just with their privileges or whatnot, to be able to try to take this further. But today I caught a notification came in, and it was just like a totally different vibe. Like, I feel like he is serious, but
Hmm.
I don't feel like his affiliations is going to help him as far as with those channel holders, because it just seems like all they're worried about is you and
Mhm.
who's coming in. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm new coming over here, like, as far as over on Bigo on your page, but I am a follower on YouTube and on
Okay.
Instagram. And I've watched many channel holders, but to be all the way real, like, I feel like you're the only one that's really like getting down to the nitty gritty. And I respect you for that. So that's why I choose to continue to watch you.
Well, I appreciate it, and I couldn't have did it alone. Like I say, the
Right.
people that support me, that put up LLSG, that's little self gain, and we definitely in the building. Like I say, you welcome. You know what I'm saying? To chill up here with us, and we'll try
Yes.
to make sense. You know what I'm saying? As I move it around just for a second, I had this sister Shay Nicole muted up for a second. Shay, did you want to say anything?
The only thing I wanted to say is that I didn't get a chance to hear the guy today. I
We
don't know
can't hear you. We
now.
can't. Your speakers covered up.
It is.
Yeah, it was. Now, what did you say?
I said now I got to turn it over like this. Can you still hear me?
Sure, I can hear you now.
Okay, I said I didn't get a chance to hear the live today from the guy. I thought that you were going to be live and you were supposed to have him on the panel and then we could have talked to him. I'm new to Bigo,
Huh?
so I don't know how to move it around. So I'm just tuning in. I'm just here, guys.
Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. Ty, you haven't said anything. You want to speak on this?
Yeah. Like when you said, like, as far as of, because I didn't even follow. You know what I'm saying? Follow the dude, the white guy or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But and as far as like with the other channel holders or whatever, I just feel like all they do is just, because you can just be, we could just be up here kicking the shit, talking, chilling, roasting motherfuckers, and somebody with good information or whatever will come and find you. And that's what those other channel holders, that's what they hate. So as soon as the person come and find you, here they go, packing up their bags and running to this person, trying to, let me get to this person, let me get to this person, to tell them this, to tell them that, and talk to them or whatever. But for what? And then y'all try to dog World out for some shit that y'all got from him in the first place.
Well,
I didn't know it was that many people that dislike World. I promise. I was like,
They don't dislike World. They just dislike the fact that he do what they can't. You know what I'm saying? It's
that's
just he don't
crazy.
have to do nothing. He could just be sitting here chilling, minding his own damn business, and somebody would be coming looking for him. It because the other people, they ain't about shit. They ain't talking about nothing half of the time. And the shit that they talking about is what they heard that came from World, what they heard, the shit that they heard from Candy. You know what I'm saying? And repeating it to this man as if they came up off of this information when
Right,
we
that's
all know
all.
Can
where
I
they got
add something?
the information from.
Can I add something? I
Hmm.
just wanted to say, so the guy Ryan, he was asking for like, I need a female, I need to talk. So I've been watching you. In the back of my head, I'm like, oh, they need Candy up there. She personally knew Nature Boy,
Right.
and of course they wasn't even acknowledging none of that. They like somebody mentioned it in the comments, um, Candy's name, and
Right.
it got looked over. And
But
honestly, one of the channel holders, or I don't even know the whatever her name is, but it was a box up there that was just like shut and start name dropping everybody. She didn't mention your name, but it's not even about that. But it's just more so like that show, like her not mentioning your name, that just showed the BS that they were on. They were just
yeah,
Hmm.
making it about them.
he said something about, I don't know if he was in the room when he said something about, no, the girl up there was like Velvet, and I was like, that's you going about it the wrong way. I was like, hey,
Hmm.
you need to get with either, you was in there then. I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
was. Yep.
you need to get with either World or O'Neal, because O'Neal was on the panel. I was like, you need to get with either World or O'Neal, you know. But you doing this on this public platform is not the way to do it. If you truly want to get in touch with these women, I suggest you just close out your live and go speak
Yeah.
to World on the low and work with him behind the scenes. And he was
Behind
like,
the
well,
scenes, exactly.
I don't.
Listen,
He told me, well, that's not what I want. What he said, no, I want Alicia to know I'm coming for. I said, that's fine, but people been coming for him for years. Like, this is
Hmm.
right.
nothing new. Try a new approach, and maybe it will work. And the girl up under him was like, oh, submissive, what are you doing here? What are you? It just,
Yeah, they
I
tried
was
to
like,
call you out. They tried to call submissive out, like, oh, well, weren't you on the panel with MD and haven't you been talking? Like, they just started going in for no reason. Then it turned left talking about black women and race, and
I
it just
couldn't
got
believe it.
messy.
I couldn't believe when he sat there and said that the black man wants to mute the black woman.
Yeah, that was out of line because
That
Flo,
was
he didn't even
like,
get a chance to talk, and the chick just kept cutting him off. So I personally felt he had every right to ask for her to be muted.
my husband was like, get up out his fucking live. Nothing about that shit. I don't like that dude. Get up out. Ain't nothing that. I'm like, these people can't see what's going on like this. Y'all
But
let this white man come over here and basically try to tell y'all worth and stuff. Like, who are you to try to tell us what our worth is?
that's
Whenever,
my.
Right.
let me explain something to y'all. Whenever that there's a situation that involve, melanated people, that involve black people, whenever that there's somebody that's non-black that could come along that could say that they could fix something, you better start being cautious of it off the gate, okay?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
And the reason why
You
I
know,
Exactly.
and it made me
tell you
look
that
like
is
he's
because
coming
this
to
is
be a
like
savior.
this is like the physical manifestation, of the Willie Lynch letter within itself. Now,
Hmm.
when it comes down to separating us, separating our thoughts, and getting us to fight each other. See, he didn't do a live stream about me. It was about Nature Boy, like I told y'all before. So when it turned into all of the hating on World and the people that support World, which is Lord Self Gang, this is separatism, which is Willie Lynchism within itself. Now, whatever the dude intentions is, or whatever it is that he want to do about Nature Boy, like we already discussed that. You see what I'm saying? That's why I didn't have nothing to say. The only reason why I came and got on the panel because y'all kept sending me them DMs about this panel. I wouldn't give a fuck if motherfucking Sade was on this motherfucker live and had a panel and it was an open spot. I'm not going up there because I got my own channel. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. Like I don't have to go to nobody else's channel. Like it's pointless. And this is what takes place. You see, as opposed to what we've been talking about opposed to what the mission has been. See, this is some other shit to derail away from Nature Boy. See, you see how all of the confusion have been created?
Hmm.
You see,
And I
now
Yes.
this
kept saying, I
motherfucker
said, okay,
sitting
so
over
we're gonna get
there
back to
playing.
Eligio.
This motherfucker sitting over there playing music and shit. Like ain't shit done happened. We done went from motherfucking Malia to Zoka's baby to
Hmm.
the SBA loan
Mhm.
to this shit here.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
why I don't do this shit right here.
Right.
See what I'm saying? We gotta stay the course, despite you know what I'm saying. What the fuck done took place? We have to get on here daily and continue to expose this motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? For people that don't know what the fuck is going on, our main objective, if not to get on this motherfucker, be arguing and saying who don't like who. It's a lot of motherfuckers I don't like, but I don't even mention that on my channel.
Right.
Right.
Cause submission is
I don't get
Alicia's
on here every
bishop.
day and tell you how much I dislike pork bacon and shit. I don't tell you that shit. I don't get on this motherfucker and tell you how much I hate the smell of a goddamn sausage biscuit. I ain't doing nothing but making you be like a sausage biscuit because you listen to me every day. A sausage biscuit. I'm gonna
Right.
one of them out.
What
You
the
see what I'm saying? The fuck? Like,
See,
why the
that's why
fuck?
he didn't even have to mention. He said, "Hey, my mama wrote a book. I wrote one book. I'm in the middle right now." I'm saying, I'm like, can't y'all see? He's coming over here fishing, get information, and put in a book. He want to
Right.
interview people,
Ah.
and he want to write a book. He want to do a documentary, but he want everybody else to give him all the information. Float was simply for to ask this man. I already know he was about to ask them, "Hey, what work have you done personally? If you the one to say you can take him down, you should know more about him than we do." At
right?
this point, so
And
there's
Mm-hmm.
no reason for you to have this live open to be asking any questions about you need to talk to a female, you need to see that you no, you should suppose if you go into the police in the morning, you got everything you need already because this is your job. You are the
mhm.
one that's going to bring him down. So you're not here. You fishing for information.
What is
You
your fish?
How,
fishing to see you you stirring the pot. That's what you're doing.
But
I'm
I mean,
curious to know
and
how he even
say,
found out.
let
Anyway.
me say
I'm
this:
gonna tell you.
at the end of the day, I do feel like it's another distraction. It's another
Mm-hmm.
distraction on what, like World just said, we stay on course. If we on course or sidetracked or whatever, you feel me? But then here goes something. This man throwing a distraction in there. Because if you can take him down, if you could take Eligio Bishop down, what the fuck do you need to talk to me for?
Why do you have to be on Bigo?
That's what I
He,
said to him. Just do it.
what
This is
what
not the right place to do it at. Like you ain't doing that no different than what you trying. He said that's how you know somebody is saying something to him. Because he like, oh, I don't want to talk to no channel holders that's trying to get money, trying to do this, and then you look in the comments, you see World Night. I'm thinking to myself, if y'all was truly here for the mission, it don't matter who you like and don't like.
Mm-hmm.
If you truly here to take down Eligio, it's about Eligio. Period. That's who it's
Well,
about. Like
I will
that
say
is
this,
crazy.
it goes
submissive.
from
Let me interrupt you for a second. Okay, I will say this. Okay, for people like yourself as well as everybody that's on the panel that been sitting back and been watching this the whole time, it's a lot of stuff that took place in the background, with people that do talk about Nature Boy. See, like aside from everybody else, I never switched up. I didn't go to some other shit. It's some motherfuckers that I cussed out only because they tried my face. But aside from that, I've stayed on the mission, and that's what it's about. It's not about how a person's personal feelings are, and what they, had going on with a person in the past. That's not what it's about. Like if we all are coming together right now, you know what I'm saying? Let's come together right now and make a move. That's what it's about. It's not us coming together right now and then discussing something negative. We're not gonna all sit here and figure out how we're gonna take some clothes out of a store. That's not what we're up here to do. We're
mm,
up here to continue to dialogue about a cult, an abusive sex cult that has continued to thrive on social media. That's what we're talking about.
right.
Because aside from what Ryan is saying, we can't take away that BBC did an entire documentary about this guy.
Mm,
Hmm.
So with what he's saying about a book he wrote and his mom's wrote, no disrespect to him or his mother, but that's kind of irrelevant to what we're talking about. You
right.
see?
Hmm.
That's like if I came over to your house submissive with you and your husband, and I just start talking about, all of the stuff that y'all need to get in y'all house. How the fuck I'm gonna do that?
Right.
Let me say
You need
something.
to get one of
Let
them
me say
screens so you need to get one of them screens so you can keep the door open, submissive. So when I walk through it, it just snap back with the magnet and then won't
right.
fly. Y'all need to get one.
Look,
Y'all need to
right.
get one of them over here. You know what else y'all need to do? Y'all need to get a mat so I can wipe my feet when I come over your house.
Mm,
Although I'm gonna take my shoes off, you need to get a mat in your house. How you feel about that?
Right. And let me say this. Some people are saying, oh, he's working for the FBI. Let me tell y'all something. I know this for a fact. If somebody working for the FBI, listen, and I want you to hear this, whoever in the comment, if somebody was working for the FBI, if he was working for the FBI, let me tell you what he would have done. He wouldn't have came on live and asked Nature Boy, "Can I do an interview?" He would have started donating and got close to Nature Boy, and he would have personally went over there, acting like he wanted to be part of the cult, and he would have went over there undercover and soaked up all the information so he could have first hand to take him down.
Right.
FBI do not get on social media, sweetheart, in the comments. The
Ab-
FBI do not get on social media and ask questions if they're truly trying to bring down a cult. If he was the FBI, you wouldn't even know that Ryan existed because he'd be too busy behind the scenes trying to get close to the cult leader. He wouldn't go and say, "Hi, I'm the feds. I want to come through and say hi to y'all. What are we doing, black people? Are we gonna get this man or we not?" No, he wouldn't do that. He would be donating, getting close to him, sending him that $5,000 and sending him whatever he want, and going over there and act like he's cool with him to bring
Oh,
him
wait,
down.
wait. Now, Nicole, do you not remember when the dude came on the panel and he said that he was personally about to fly over there and that he offered him $5,000 for the interview? You remember that?
Yep.
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 Okay, so
My thing.
last night I showed you on YouTube. That was after he left my panel and went to Nature Boy's panel, and that's the conversation that they had when Nature Boy kicked him off of the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Nature Boy
Mhm.
kicked him
Mhm.
off the panel.
See, you that's what
Yep.
see, we're gonna go to YouTube in a little bit and then we'll come back over here and discuss it, and then I can just show you all this. But and then he went live last night when I was live. But when I was live
Yeah.
at the same time, I was recording him too. So I got the whole hour video when him and some other women was up there discussing the situation about Nature Boy and what took place with the confrontation between him and Nature Boy when the guy Randy was basically talking to Nature Boy. But the same thing that he told all of us, he told Nature Boy. That's just like, okay, like I'm gonna give you an example. If you're coming to jump on me, you don't tell me in my face that you a ex MMA
Nope.
fighter. I don't give a fuck about.
Right.
I'm gonna spit him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I'm saying? He told look, he told Nature Boy all that and what his experience was, who his mama and all this stuff. He told him all that stuff, and Nature Boy kicked his ass out. Now we're gonna watch that part. Then we're gonna watch the part after Nature Boy kicked him off when he went to his own channel and started talking about this. Then I'm gonna show you the screenshots of the people that posted a comment under his video that he did earlier today, and at the time I posted a comment under his video today.
Well, my whole thing is I don't believe he. I don't didn't trust it because if you're really trying to do something to somebody, you're not gonna come online and start telling everybody what you gonna do. If you truly trying to take somebody down, you
Right.
don't let them know your every move. You don't what. So why are you talking about this online and not offline? Okay, talk about a little of it, get him a little scared, and then the rest of it you do somewhere else. But you're not doing that.
But I know
You
one
remember?
thing: if he do it, more power to him, because that is the whole mission is to take Alicia Bishop down.
Exactly.
If he's the one to do, more power to him. But I think now, if he's gunning for it, it's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna prove a fucking point now. Y'all thought I can't do it. I'm gonna prove a fucking point. I don't care what you do to do it.
That's
Mm-hmm.
cool. Let me.
Just do it.
I am Wills. You
Yes.
still here with us, right?
Yes, I'm still here.
Let me ask you personally, just from everything that you've watched, not just involving tonight, but everything that you've
Mhm.
seen with carbonation and nature. What do you think would be the best stratagem, for anybody that's saying that they wanted to take down the cult? What would you do in your own words?
Well, I've been watching for a while now. I think the main thing is like getting evidence, having like, something that's, I guess, that you can take to the courts because, we don't want them to think that it's hearsay.
Yes.
Um, you know, I'm trying to think. Having like real crucial evidence is key. Maybe getting some of the former members to come out and speak out. um I know with the guy he was talking about needing evidence, so I know that that's like really big. Like the court of law, they're going to dismiss, oh well, he said, she said, whatever. And honestly, to be all the way real, the information that you put out about the SBA loans, I think that that's a really good direction to go in. That the tax fraud, or not necessarily taxes, but the SBA fraud, the food stamp unemployment fraud. I don't know. Like if if I was that, I would maybe look into that direction.
Mm.
Can I say
I
that?
think I think that'll be major. But the thing about it is, did you hear any of that being discussed, on the panel with him?
No, I mentioned a few things in the comments, but it was more so I don't know. It just kept. I felt like they just kept going in circles, to be
What
honest.
he
And
what
it was a lot of like talking over. Like nobody was communicating. Like you see how I'm talking. Everybody is kind of just letting me talk. It wasn't none of that over there. Like anybody that they had something to say that wasn't what they were trying to hear, and it wasn't even the Ryan guy, it was more so the people that he had up there. And I came in early on and they're like, oh, make such and such admin, make such and such admin. And I just
yes.
kind of feel like that was unfair, because it's like if you're gonna have an open platform for anybody to come and give you information, then you shouldn't be having the people that's your admin. I can understand the trolls and stuff from Carbonation if any of them came in, but as far as like any channel holders that you don't personally like, you shouldn't, just be biased like that. And that was the main issue that I had with how they handled that.
What Ryan did say, he did mention this. He said that um he said that he wanted to speak to a girl. He would fly to me tonight tomorrow. He also said that he didn't want to. He said the FBI and the police is not gonna go with he said, she said, or any YouTube videos. That's not gonna stick. I need to talk to somebody personally that's either in carbonation or has been in carbonation to speak out and speak facts about this about Nature Boy. That's the
Nicole,
only thing he basically said about that.
Huh?
what do you think? I mean, as far as with what you've seen and how that this is being handled with this person, what would you have did differently?
First of all, I would have researched, see what information I could get on, and make sure I have all the information, and then start going to people privately and saying, "Look, this is what I'm trying to do. I need help with this, this, and this," and gather all the information I can, and then go where it need to be gone, but not come on live and do all this. Because now he know exactly where you go, what you're doing, exactly how you doing it. He know exactly what you trying to get him for. So if it's something that needs to be or can be destroyed, he can destroy that, and then you ain't got nothing.
Okay. Brenda, what's going on, Brenda?
Y- Yes, I was on the panel. I don't know if you saw my name up there, Brenda Foster, with my animated picture. I got on
I'm
the panel
sure.
at the beginning.
Well, this is what happens with me. Like I got a team, a collective of people that I work with. So like
Hmm.
whenever I'm resting, they all
Hmm.
watch everything. So Nicole, was you watching this live when Brenda was there?
Yes, I was
Yes.
watching too. I was watching as well. And when I first went on there, they asked me, they said, do anybody know me? And I said, I don't know anybody on this panel. However, I thought we were talking about Elijah Bishop, not me. And what are we going to do to try to get rid of this man? He's a minister to society. And so then they started talking about Prince York, and the girl got on there up under submissive. She got on there crying about she was part of her family was part of the York family, and how she was abused, and how all black men didn't do this, and the black man was
You
Hmm.
missing
talking
from
about
the family.
submissive that's right here on the panel
Yes,
with you?
that's I was right there with her. Yes, yes. And so so she was talking and everything, and so she was trying to
Wait,
put
wait,
down
wait, because you talking real fast. Wait a minute. Who is the she that you talking about?
The girl was under me.
submissive. Yeah, see, submissive. Our submissive. I'm gonna call it our submissive in your panel number three.
You said that she was saying about being with Dr. York.
No, the
No, she
girl
said the
up
girl up
under.
under the submissive. The girl was up under me. She's talking about number three. It was number three.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
her.
okay.
Okay, let me slow down. I don't want to talk too fast. So
Yeah, you ain't got to be going out running like Sonic and shit. We here. What's going
I get all
Right.
hyped up, okay? But anyway, so she was talking about black men and what black men don't do, how the black man don't stand in family. I'm trying to think, well, what's this got to do with Elijah Bishop? So I said, you know what? I don't know about I can't speak for the entire black men, the whole race of black men. All I can tell you is what I did in my family. I had a mother and a father, and they supported us. Now I can't say what was not in all black families. Then she went on to start crying and talking about Prince York. I said, well, I mean, Prince York's family. I said, you mean Prince York? Somebody brought up Nateri. I said, I don't know her. So then they went on to the next subject about who would you need to help, what man could help get them do whatever they had to do. And somebody kept saying O'Neill TV, and I said World News. I said World. Would act like I didn't hear that. But O'Neill TV was supposed to be so productive. He didn't say one word. I thought he was deaf for a minute. He didn't say nothing. I don't know why they
It's
brought him
no,
up because
it's
he said,
there, sis. There's no other man verbally that has addressed Nature Boy other than Young Pharaoh than me. That's who
I
was
asked him that.
originally fucking his ass up to the goddamn core and would stand toe to toe and will dialogue with him. There's no other man that's out here that will do that, that has a channel that's been reporting about him. Okay?
so
So
the
if you're saying this about that O'Neal was sitting up there, okay, well, if he was sitting up there, then why didn't he say anything? If
I
he is the
He
person
was
that
recording.
I don't know what he was doing, but the girl who was on the other side of him in panel number whatever she was in on the right hand side of him on panel
yeah.
number two, she wouldn't shut up. She kept cutting
Oh my
people
God.
off. She cut float off. She kept going on, and she wouldn't shut up. She just had so much to say. So I
Hmm.
just finally said, you know what? Uh, with this whole conversation seemed to be going to the left, and nobody had solved a situation about what we're gonna do with Elijah Bishop. How's this helping out anything?
Right. We had to keep on reminding them. Well, I had to keep on saying, okay, so what does this have to do with Alicia Bishop? Because
Right,
I thought that was the whole point of, him coming to World that night was to, the whole thing was Alicia Bishop. I don't know who the young lady was, number two, that
the
wouldn't
shut up.
be quiet. Be
Wouldn't shut
quiet.
up at
I don't
all.
know who. I don't know who it was. And the woman, the girl that was down below me, was crying because she was saying that her mom was married to Dr. York, brother,
His brother.
so she know how it feels to be in a cult. Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. Let's get back to the point of, okay, so
Hmm.
what are you going to do about Eligio Bishop? You know, so he finally got upset and said, "Well, I just want to ask, is anybody going got an appointment with the feds? Has anybody?" I'm like, he done been locked up before. People that sat there and you can't discredit the channel holders that's been doing all this hard work, blood, sweat, and tears
Right.
to rally the troops together to call different countries to get this man kicked out, to get this man locked up. You cannot discredit them. You cannot step on the scene on your white horse and say, "Oh, I'm for to save all black people from this horrible man," because people have been trying to save these black people from this horrible man for years now. If he can do it, that is great, that is wonderful, because that's the whole mission, is to take Eligio Bishop down. That's just what it is. But
Okay.
don't discredit nobody else's work when somebody is telling you. I just, again, I saw it was pointless. All information you need, you spoke with the guy, you spoke with World. There's really no reason to go live and try to ask anybody. That's why I asked, I says, anybody talk to Eligio? Everybody said no. I said, well, I have several times. They say, I don't want to. You missing my whole point, though.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
So
You're
It's
listen.
missing
like
my
So
really.
peep
whole.
game. So
You're
peep game.
missing my whole point.
Okay, peep game for a second. All right. Okay. Check this out, Ty. A child is missing, and we trying to find a child. But we
Mhm.
get online on Facebook and say where we are. We go live and show us looking for the child in that area and all that stuff or whatever. You think we gonna find a child in?
No.
Because the abductor has the child and has probably got a phone too and watching while we talking about it, right?
Exactly. Right.
So if Nature Boy is live and Nature Boy one person and it's a whole bunch of other members in carbonation, do this man not think that everything that he's saying that they sitting back listening to it and recording?
And I
Yep.
told him that.
Absolutely.
That's what I told him.
Okay.
That's the first thing
Okay.
I said. So I said, dude,
Okay.
he's watching. Just get offline and go and do it behind the scenes. Don't call Vivian name because now you done turned her off, because people have to understand these. Why would you say, oh, I'm gonna talk to Vivian? If Velvet was gonna talk to you, I'm pretty sure she want nobody to know that she's running her mouth to you. So don't name drop or say anybody's name, cause now you got to always be in this shit. I don't want nobody to know I said this. I don't want nobody to know I really snitched. So why are you bringing up anybody's name? Why are you even going live about this if you're trying to bring this man? If you're the one to do it, we shouldn't even know about you until you're doing an interview, sitting up there saying, I'm the one that brought uh Alicia Bishop Carbomination down. I just didn't understand the motive why he was on there doing it, and it was sad. again to see the black women up there, you know.